Welcome back to our final installment in this video series where we're learning how to model a tiny home in SketchUp. So as you can see, our home is looking pretty much done and dusted. It just needs a roof thrown onto it. Okay, so let's get straight into it by grabbing our rectangle tool and starting in the top left corner, head over to the bottom right corner and drop the ceiling into place. Now with the ceiling into place, we're going to go and grab our offset tool to create the actual roof. So with the offset tool, click on this rectangle you just put down, and you need to bring it out 300 millimeters. So just type in 300 and press enter. That's going to give you a roof a little bit of an overhang of 300 mil. Not entirely rainproof by any means. Okay, if you're standing under the 300 mil at the door there, you're likely to get wet, but at least it's going to keep the rain off a majority of the house. Okay, now that you have brought in that 300 mil overhang, what I'm going to get you to do is grab the push-pull tool and just pull up the outside section there, so the overhang, by 100 millimeters. Once you've done that, you need to just connect a line from one corner of the overhang to the opposite, and that will just make it one big shape. And using your eraser tool, go around and just delete them lines on the roof so it becomes one big shape like so. That's going to allow us to just pull the roof up into a gable roof in just a moment. All right, I'm going to grab the line tool again and just hover around the midpoint here until we can find the midpoint of the roof and draw a line from one midpoint to the other. So a line straight down the center of the roof. Using your move tool, you can click on that center line and pull it up 900 millimeters. And that gives it a pretty good angle for rain to run off. Now from here, I'm going to zoom in on this point here and use my tape measure to draw in two little construction lines. I'm going to go from that center point down one side 100 mil, press enter, and then down the other side 100 mil, press enter, and you'll see two little black marks which are your guides for what we're about to draw next. Using your line tool, start in the bottom left corner and connect it up to that guide you just drew. Now go to the bottom right corner and draw a line connecting up to that other guide you just drew. With your eraser tool, just get rid of those two lines you can see there and there. And we're going to grab our push-pull tool now and push this part of the roof back into the house 300 millimeters. Using your eraser, you can just get rid of those excess little lines that have appeared for some reason. And that's looking pretty good to me. So let's go and do the same on the other side of the house. Okay, you'll need to grab your tape measure tool there. Not sure what that guide there is. I wonder if we can delete that quickly. Yes, we can. There we go. Okay, tape measure tool. Click on that point. Come down the right and type in 100 mil. Come down to the left. Type in 100 mil. Grab your line tool. Start in the bottom corner and connect to those little construction lines. Use your eraser with the letter E to erase those two lines, and use your push-pull tool with the letter P. Push that part of the house back into the roof there, 300 mil. Use your eraser to get rid of those extra little lines. You've got your roof done. You'll see those little black marks on the roof there. If they annoy you, you can try and click on them and delete them. They are quite tricky to click on because they're so small. You'll probably end up clicking other lines. So if you can, by all means, go and click on them to delete them. My OCD is telling me they need to go, but if you can't, click on them for whatever reason and don't stress. Just try and get these two. And then we'll go around and get this one. Perfect. Okay. Roof's looking pretty sweet. What we'll do now is just give it some tiles on the roof. So go to your materials panel here and you've got a roofing section for different types of roofing. Okay, so you might have something like that if you want. You could have some of these. That doesn't look too bad. Might try those guys. Yeah, they'll do me. So just go around getting each side of your roof. We're not doing this part of the house in the roofing colours. It's just those exterior bits like so. We're then going to go back to our cladding and grab that grey cladding. Fix up those bits. And if you look under the roof there, we might just grab a dark grey kind of colour. And just do these bits with a dark grey. that's all there is to it. So that roof is looking pretty good. What I'm going to do now is use my arrow there, my selection tool, to triple click on the roof to select it, right click and make it a component, and just call it roof. I've already called it in the previous tutorial, so I'll just call it roof 1. And what you can do now, if you go up to your outliner here, you can make the roof invisible if you want to look inside again, or you can keep it visible if you're not looking inside and want to see the finished product. All right, so that is looking pretty good. So your challenge now is to go ahead and do some landscaping. Okay, so you can get rid of this plan over here on the side. I think we followed that pretty well. Looks very similar if you ask me. And what we're going to do is access our materials. And you've got all sorts of different things you can use. You've got asphalt and concrete there if you want to do some paths. You've got plenty of landscaping, fencing and vegetation options there if you would like to do some of that. What else have we got there? Different stones in case you want some decorations in the garden. Don't think synthetic surfaces will really come in handy. You can put some water in if you want to put a little pond or something in. That'll look really cool. Maybe some wooden garden beds and things like that. So it's up to you how you landscape your little tiny home now. But I would like you to landscape definitely out the front. And maybe think about a little backyard and what's going to go around the sides as well. You've got all these tools over here where you can draw your own things. You can head over to the 3D warehouse as always and look up different items. Let's look up something like solar panels, for example. You could get some solar panels and stick them on the roof. Easy enough to make your home a sustainable little eco-friendly home. And as always, you can go inside and decorate the home however you want. Okay, so now that you've got the basics down pat, it's up to you to finish it off. All the best and show me once you get it done.